Start speech V equals soft R equals X slow. Naji Aloli was a Palestinian cartoonist who is widely considered to be one of the most influential and talented cartoonists in the Arab world. He is best known for his iconic character Handala, a young boy who symbolizes the Palestinian people and their struggle for justice and liberation. Aloli's life story is one of great courage and determination in the face of adversity and persecution. In this essay, we will explore his life story in detail, from his childhood in Palestine to his eventual assassination in London. Early life. Naji Aloli was born in the city of Ashkelon, Palestine, in 1936. At the time of his birth, Palestine was still under British mandate, and Aloli grew up in a world of colonialism, occupation, and oppression. His family was originally from the village of Al-Shahara in the Galilee region of Palestine, but they were forced to flee their home during the 1948 Nakba catastrophe, when Zionist militias expelled more than 700,000 Palestinians from their homes and lands. Aloli and his family eventually settled in Ain al-Hilwa refugee camp in southern Lebanon, where they lived in poverty and struggled to make ends meet. Despite the difficult conditions, Aloli showed an early talent for drawing and was encouraged by his family to pursue his passion. In 1948, at the age of 12, Aloli began working as a laborer in Beirut to support his family. He worked in a variety of jobs, including as a porter and a dishwasher, but he never lost his love for art and continued to draw whenever he could. Career as a cartoonist. In 1957, at the age of 21, Aloli began his career as a cartoonist when he joined the staff of the Lebanese newspaper Al Zafir. He quickly gained a reputation for his incisive political cartoons, which often dealt with issues of social justice and Palestinian liberation. In 1960, Aloli moved to Kuwait, where he worked for the newspaper Al-Kabas. It was here that he created his most famous character, Handala. The character of Handala was inspired by a young Palestinian refugee boy whom Aloli had met during his childhood in Ain al-Hilwa camp. Handala is depicted as a small, barefoot boy with his back to the viewer, and he has become an iconic symbol of the Palestinian people and their struggle for justice and liberation. Aloli continued to work as a cartoonist in Kuwait throughout the 1960s and 1970s, and he became increasingly well known for his fearless and uncompromising approach to political satire. He was not afraid to take on powerful figures, including Arab leaders and Western politicians, and his cartoons often provoked strong reactions from his readers. Persecution and exile. In 1980, Aloli was forced to leave Kuwait after he was accused of insulting the ruling family in one of his cartoons. He fled to London, where he continued to work as a cartoonist and became a prominent voice in the Palestinian diaspora. However, Aloli's exile did not protect him from persecution. He continued to receive death threats and was subjected to surveillance by Israeli and Arab intelligence agencies. In 1983, he was shot in the face outside the London offices of the Kuwaiti newspaper Al-Kabas. He survived the attack, but he was left blind in one eye and suffered from severe health problems for the rest of his life. Despite the attack, Aloli continued to work as a cartoonist and to speak out against injustice and oppression. He remained committed to the cause of Palestinian liberation and continued to use his art as a tool for resistance. P equals X low start speech end speech. Naji Aloli's resistance against the Israeli occupation was a central theme of his life and work as a cartoonist. He was a passionate advocate for Palestinian liberation and used his art as a means of expressing his political views and challenging oppression. Aloli's cartoons often depicted the realities of life under occupation, including the brutality of the Israeli military, the destruction of Palestinian homes and communities, and the daily struggles of ordinary Palestinians. He was known for his uncompromising approach to political satire, and he did not hesitate to criticize Israeli policies and leaders in his work. One of Aloli's most famous cartoons depicted the Israeli occupation as a giant hand crushing the Palestinian people. The image is a powerful symbol of the injustice and oppression faced by Palestinians under Israeli rule, and it has become an iconic representation of the Palestinian struggle for liberation. Aloli's work was not limited to criticism of the Israeli occupation, however. He was also a vocal critic of Arab leaders who he felt had failed to support the Palestinian cause, and he used his cartoons to call attention to issues of social justice and human rights throughout the region. Despite facing persecution and exile, Aloli remained committed to the cause of Palestinian liberation until the end of his life. He believed that art could be a powerful tool for resistance and used his work to inspire and empower others in the struggle for justice and freedom.